Good morning, children. Today we are going to study another topic of the chapter heredity, that is the sex determination. Before this, we have already studied about the laws of inheritance, that how traits or characteristics transfer from parents to their offspring. So in this video, we are going to study about the how the sex of a child is decided. So children, we begins our life as a child, but what is the mechanism behind that decide the sex of a child, whether the baby going to be born is a boy or a girl. So let's study about the sex determination of a child. You might have studied, you might have learned about the factor that when the XX meets, then the child is baby, or when the XY meets, then the child is boy. So what is the factor, or what is the theory behind this, or what are the reason behind this which decide the sex of a child? So let's first study what is sex determination. The method by which distinction between male and female is established in an organism under genetic control. The sex chromosomes are responsible for determination of separate sexes. It is a biological system that determines the development of sexual characteristic in an organism. So we can say that the mechanism by which the sex of an individual is determined as it begins life is called sex determination. Okay, so the mechanism by which the sex of an individual decide is known as the sex determination. And you know that the symbol arrow denotes the male and the symbol plus designate the female. So these are all the basic factors which are responsible for the determination of a individuals. Okay, so a sex determination is a biological system that determines the development of sexual characteristic in an organism. Most organisms that create their offspring through sexual reproduction. You know that there are two kinds of reproduction, that is the sexual reproduction and the asexual reproduction. We will study in the next chapter, that is the how organism reproduce. So there are two modes of reproduction, that is the sexual and the asexual, and most organisms that create their offspring using sexual reproduction have two sexes, that is the male or female. And the mechanism behind this is the sex determination, and that is a biological system that determines the development of sexual characteristic in an organism. Okay, here you can see that there are diploid nuclei XX and the XO. Gametes formation, we already studied that during the formation of gametes, the genes or the gene pair separates, and the zygote form after the fusion of such gametes or the reproductive cell, and which decides the sex of a child. That is, if XX meets, then the child is going to be girl, or when XY meets, then the child is going to be boy. So this is how the sex this is how the sex is determined of a offspring or a boy. Let's study children autosomes or the sex chromosome. First of all, chromosomes are of two types. Let's say autosomes, chromosomes that do not determine the sex of an individual. These are known as the autosomes, like a character, complexion, hair color, height, eyes color. These are all the autosomes. We do inherit this from our parents, but these are autosomes. Okay, and these are we have 23 pair of chromosome. Among them 22 are autosomes, and the one pair decide the sex of a child, that is the chromosome or the sex chromosome. Here you can see that male XY, female XX, parents 44 plus XY means 44, X 45, Y 46. These 44 denotes the autosomes. Here you can see that sex determination in human beings, father or the male part. When the gametes form, gametes means in boy, these are known by sperms. Okay, so when the sperms are formed, known as the reproductive cells or the gametes, two types of sperm will form. One will have X chromosome and the one will have Y. Same in the female counterpart, the mother will form the XX, because these have perfect pair of chromosomes like XX. These are the eggs of a female, reproductive cells or the gametes. Here only similar type of eggs are forming, that is the X and X. Now it depends whether the X will fuse with X or the Y will fuse with the X. So here the fusion means the mating of the X and Y chromosome, or the fusion of the gametes of father and the mother. So zygote formed after the fusion of gametes. So here you can see that there are 50% probability of a female child and 50% probability of a male child. So after viewing overall view of this video, we can see that it is not the boy, that is, it is not the girl that is responsible for giving birth to a girl or a baby girl, but it is the chromosome of a male counterpart that decides whether the offspring will going to be a girl or a child, because the Y chromosome is only found in the boy and it is dissimilar, means X it is also found in the boy, and X perfect match of pair it is found only the female. So it is not only the girl. So children, आपके आसपास या आपके घर में भी कुछ ऐसा होता हो जो आपको कभी सुनने मिलता हो कि आप समझ रहे हैं व्हाट आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट, कि जहाँ पे लड़कियों को बोला जा रहा है कि यू आर रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर गिविंग बर्थ टू द गर्ल, सो आप अपने समझा सकते हैं एंड यू आर मैच्योर इनफ टू स्प्रेड द अवेयरनेस फॉर सच थिंग. सो बच्चों, आप भी अपनी लाइफ में जब बड़े हो तो कभी ऐसा मत सोचिए आप यू हैव स्टडीड ऑल दोस थिंग कि व्हाट आर द फैक्टर रिस्पॉन्सिबल, सो ऑल दिस थिंग. सो आई होप यू वुड हैव एंजॉयड द वीडियो. थैंक यू फॉर वॉचिंग चिल्ड्रन. गॉड ब्लेस यू.